Dr. E, you have a big feedback here.
Okay.
Okay,
So yeah,
we're going
the
live.
one that I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking on, that's
Uh-huh.
where you need to give me. That's where the slides are.
Mm.
I don't know if you could see me. So that's where the slides are. So basically, that's where
Let's do a quick test run.
I'm going to be sharing the slides. So if you need to make me host, let me
I
see if I
already
can
gave you
request
access.
that.
I gave you access.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Let me see if I
I'm gonna
can.
introduce sis off
Okay.
top.
Yeah, I got access. Basically.
Oh my god, yes, you did. I think that's okay.
Mhm.
Okay, can you wait to share it, Dr. E? I can see it. So you're good there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause it. I'm just gonna pause it.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Because I'm gonna share one thing. I think Steph is on with us tonight. Steph, when did you see it with Dr. Well, did you see me with Tony Robbins? Yes, I was with Tony Robbins. That's crazy. My old friend here said he saw me on the stage with Tony Robbins. That was a little while ago. But that's me. Today on YouTube, that was me. Six Oh yeah, send that to me in case. Is that the one with Dr. Oz or no? Okay, Dr. E, I'm gonna go live if you wanna pause your page, Dr. E, because I have to share something perfect. YouTube, I know for a fact that I'm on there with Dr. Oz, but there is another platform I was on with Tony Robbins at his actual event. So that's excellent. Wow. Thank you, my old trainer right there. Okay, then I'll send it
Are
to
we
you.
talking about the Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
The
You know who that
wow.
is, Stephanie? You know Steph?
10X?
Tony Robbins, the big guru guy.
Yeah, he's always with like Grant Cardone and those guys.
Yeah, I was on stage with him. I literally I did a whole thing with Dr. Oz and him. And then I
Oh, wow.
I flew out to be with him for 3 days. You
Nice.
know what? Maybe we should play that at the end of this segment so you guys could get motivated. Wow. Like my old trainer literally was like, sis, did I just see you with Tony Robbins? It's so crazy how everybody knows this guy and I don't. I didn't know who he was.
Oh,
But
I know Tony Robbins very well. Very good trainer, extremely good. And it's the thing is, it doesn't matter what business, he takes care of all of business.
yes. Tonight we're talking about business, life insurance. So this is perfect. Yeah, maybe in the end I will share a little clip. But you know how we do. We're about to launch on Zoom here. So happy we're back together, guys. I'm trying to get this whole thing together with my life. Whoop whoop. Okay. Let's see here.
Recording in progress.
Perfecto. All right. All right, everybody. All right. I think we are live on all of our platforms. I feel like we are live. Let me just double check real quick because sometimes Facebook, likes to play games with our lives, and we're not tolerating that on tonight. Right? All right, everybody. If you have shared or if you have liked the post in regards to what we're discussing tonight, then now is the time to join us. Yes, we are live. I can see us. And somebody wrote in a comment, okay, thank you, Shireen, already. We are live and we are in action. This is not our regular time for the Economic Crisis Initiative, but that's okay because we are here with the one and only Dr. Pierre Exuma, who is going to share some very great information with us. And we also have my sister Stephanie here, and of course, our neighborhood friend, Mr. Biko Biko. But first, we're going to introduce this platform. It is called the Economic Crisis Initiative, where I am your host, Anaya A, and I am surrounded and joined by many beautiful individuals in our community who wants to help educate you and empower you on economic things like, how to save your
Mhm.
money, how to increase your wealth, how to
Mhm.
decrease your debt, how to save, how to make sure you have savings when a crisis occurs, like the pandemic that we're in. Also, we have different
Oh,
platforms
nice,
and
nice.
experts on where we discuss real estate,
Regardez
forex.
si notre travail
Oh,
à l'IPA,
Dr.
parce que
E,
nous,
you're
on
not
a
on.
laissé
You're
nos
not on mute.
centaines
Dr. E, you're
et
not
parce que
on
nous
mute.
avons mettez en
You're not on
activité
mute.
tout.
Woo, woo. Okay, I'll mute him
Donc,
because he can't
seulement
hear me. Perfect. We will also, have people on to discuss trading and much, much more. So tonight we're talking about business life insurance. For all those that are wondering, what is business life insurance? Well, business life insurance is what Dr. E is going to tell us about, and she's going to tell us about a lot more different products and things that we need to know in the life insurance game. Because as we know, we should all be prepared for when that time comes. Although we don't want to think about it, but it is inevitable. At this time, let me help introduce my sis Steph, who's on with us this evening, who's doing such great work, and I want her to reintroduce herself to all of you great people on the platform. And Steph, take it over.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to
Hey.
Team ECI. Of course, I'm just actually with my granddaughter right now. I'm going to turn my camera on in a couple of seconds.
Aww.
But of course, my name is Stephanie. For those of you guys that don't know, I am a 39-year-old mother of one. I'm also a grandmother of one. I've been introduced to Anaya now for about a year.
Yes.
And I am from the financial background. I actually take care of the foreign exchange market, your crypto market, your NFT market, your stock market. I basically have been dabbling in this market for about 3 years currently to today's date. And my biggest thing right now is that we need to conquer poverty right now. So any which way possible that we can get the most information out there to help the any individual out there, regardless of
Yes.
their background, regardless of their age, just to get them the knowledge and the education that can support them in their journey. And that's what I'm here to pretty much ensue. And of course, it's a pleasure for me to be here with you guys and the team and everybody from Team ECI.
Thank you so much, Steph. And let the people know real quick where they can find you, because we're going to be talking more with you about the Forex market, as you know. But I would love for the people to know where they can find you and stay up with you as we keep building the platform.
All right, and I'll drop it in the chat too. You can find me on all platforms at Steph, which is STEPHWINTE, Steph with XO. And I'll
Perfect.
drop it in the chats there. That can be found on all platforms. So it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, all under Steph Winter.
Thank you, beautiful. Steph Winter is in the building. We are live with her, and we are live with Miss Modeling. That's perfect timing. Ladies first. I hope you gentlemen don't mind. Ladies first. Okay. Thank you so much. Miss Modeling, are you able to introduce yourself, my dear? Welcome to everybody watching on Instagram and on Facebook. Miss Modeling, if you can, oh, no, she can unmute herself. Miss Modeling, if you can, oh, there she goes.
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hey.
Good to see you all. I miss you guys. Can't wait to learn. I look like a hot mess. Just came from work, so I'll sit down and join you all later. But I'm just listening for now.
Thank you.
Hi Dr. E. Hi Sis Steph.
Oh, hey, beautiful.
Thank you so much, Madeline.
Hey.
And you're never a hot mess here with us. You're always beautiful. Speaking of a hot mess, I'm a hot mess because I'm eating this ice, but y'all know why I'm eating this ice, honey. Woo, man, look, dropping ice everywhere. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. We have so much more to do and so much to cover tonight. And I'm so glad that we're doing it on this special night because there's a lot happening in the world. We're going to cover some of that in just a moment. But before we do, we have Mr. Biko, who is here, who's going to reintroduce himself. Come on in and get close. We don't have any COVID because guess what? We are naturalists and we take care of ourselves. So go ahead, Mr. Biko. Tell the people who you are.
Hotel family. My name is Bekwe Adigun Bomani. Well, I'm a day trader. I've been a teacher. I've been a teacher in the public school system for many years, teaching chemistry and general science, math, and a few other things. And I took on the task of learning how to trade because as the market was changing to a more electronic basis, and there were certain things I wanted to do for my community in terms of building institutions, assisting in that manner. I took on the task of learning how to day trade, and that was not an easy task. I basically, those who are trading in my team, my task is to give them the signals that come in the daytime, tell them when to get in and when to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am specialized in trading the index options, whether the ES, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, um, the Forex. I've dealt with it, but my preference is the index options. That's what I do.
And do you mind sharing a little bit about how the economy is going right now for those that are wondering, like in regards to what's going on with this present war? I know you know a whole lot of information, especially during these times. What should people know or be aware of, and how can people increase their wealth during these critical times?
Well, this is a time that the black community need to become a little more conscious because whenever there is a disaster, it produces refugees. And these refugees are brought into our communities
Hmm.
and given all the resources needed to displace our various communities.
Hmm.
I don't spend much time analyzing, the role of because Russia will do what the U.S. do. That's the nature of the white man to
Hmm.
take whatever he could take. Um,
Amen.
that's what they've done. They came to this
Amen.
land. They took every bit of resources that they could from those who they met here, and they needed help to build this their empire. They went and they got us. While we were working with love and trying and humanity.
Humanity.
In this the problem in Nicaragua, Trinidad, Grenada. If there is a
Haiti.
Haiti, if there is a government that they don't like, look at what the U.S. forces did to the president a few months ago. They
Correct.
went in and took out the president. Russia is just doing the same thing that the U.S. will do.
Hmm.
What
Amen. It's
what
the same
black?
thing. It's happened with so many different countries. It's the
That's
same
right.
thing.
Whenever they feel that there is someone in their neighborhood or around the world sometimes have what they want, they figure that they have the weapons to go and take it. What we need to ask as black people, how is this going to displace us?
Correct.
Because when they have refugees, they bring them in our communities and give them the
Right into it.
finances to displace us. And because we're not as united as we should, and economically and collectively, many of our, we don't have the strong families that we should, it's very difficult for us to combat others who come in a united team.
That's it.
So that's what I do. I would define myself at this time as a day trader.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Biko Biko, for sharing. And we love your truth and your energy. And that's what we're here for on the Economic Crisis Initiative. And I heard some amens in the building. Praise him because he's
Praise them.
speaking truth to power. And this is why we have to stand as a united force, as a united front, because if we don't stand for something, we will continue to fall for everything that's thrown at us. We may not be able to change the system today, but guess what? One day we will be free. It ain't gonna be today, but it'll be soon, right?
That's right.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Biko Biko. And where can people find you if they want to learn more about the trade and everything you're doing?
Contact Sister Anaya and she will put you in touch with me.
That's correct. I will put you in contact with this brilliant brother. And now it's time for Mr. Dr. Tony Exuma, aka Pierre Exuma. You guys know he goes by a couple of different names. And at this time, I wanted to turn it over to him. Are you ready for us, Dr. E? Oh, we can't hear you.
Okay, yes, I'm ready for you.
Perfect. We're going to let Dr. E take over. And then before the end of this platform, I will play just a couple of what I've been seeing lately. Thank you, Brother Biko, aka Bekwe Aduben Gomani. I'm close. I'm close. Thank you. Yes, so Dr. E is going to go ahead, and then later on, I will play a couple of clips of what I've been seeing happening to our Black brothers and sisters around the world, especially presently in Ukraine trying to get into Poland. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this as of but it's very so we will play a couple of those clips. Ladies, did any of you have any questions before we get started? Okay. Oh, so, Dr. E, something is playing from your other platform. Okay, wait. Unmute yourself, Dr. E, real quick, because something was playing.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but there's something else in the background.
Okay, let me find out. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you have a lot of things open. Okay, Dr. E's going to play that. And while he does, Steph and Madeline, any of you had any questions or concerns before we got kicking?
I just want to talk about this Russia war.
Yes, we will definitely speak about that after the presentation this evening. It's so disheartening. It's so sickening. And just like Mr. Biko Biko shared, we're going through so much already in this country, but I guarantee the white people will get everything that they need to relocate without a hitch, without a problem. But yet, our Black people that are trying to find refuge and asylum, they're getting whipped at the borders of Mexico. Isn't life grand? Being Black is the biggest crime ever, I promise you, but we will overcome one day. Shouts out to Gregory Roberts who's watching. Shouts out to our sister Latoya Bird. Latoya Bird has liked and shared our platform tonight, so I'm super happy about that. You all take time to please share this with everybody you can because this is very important. And whenever Dr. E is ready, he can go ahead and take over. Hi, welcome everybody. All right.
All right, come on now.
Perfect. Dr. E, you're on.
Okay. All right. So happy to be with you today. As a disclaimer, um, I'm not into clinical. So what we're going to discuss about is just life insurance now. And anything that I must share with you is just for educational purposes. So I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your personal life insurance agent. So it's just for the purpose of giving you information to empower you into making the best decisions that you can make for yourself. So if you need more details, you can contact an agent or you can call me, and I do a personal consultation with you and kind of guide you to what your goals are. So basically, you have your goals, and the purpose of Team ECI is just to educate you informally about what's out there, what you can do, and how you can take advantage of these tools in order to further your uh, your financial freedom, and also help you create wealth for yourself and your family and your loved ones. So any information that I'm going to share with you, feel free to share it with a friend. Anybody that you care about, you can share this information. And my hope is that they can use it efficiently and they can take advantage of it to the fullest. All right. So okay, as you can see on the slide, I didn't prepare your PowerPoint. I just pulled this from correspondence that I received from the company. So you're going to be able to see the logo, but the information is going to be general. It's not information pertaining to a certain company. All right, that's another disclosure as well. So even if you see the logo, but use the information, it's just going to be information that you can use for any other companies that's out there. What I would suggest for you is before you enroll into a policy, before you purchase a policy or you enroll into any program, you need to do your due diligence and get to know about whatever you're signing up for. Okay? So, what I'm going to tell you is basically about what's out there, and it's as valuable for this company, for any other company that's out there. All right? So if you need more information, you can call me offline and I will guide you through what you might want to do. You remember before I spoke Um, about life insurance. Basically, my background is obstetric gynecology. So basically, I'm a physician, but I do do verse into research mostly. So I don't practice. I don't have a clinic right now. Uh, and basically, that will come in the future probably. But for now, I cannot offer consultation. And I just wanted you to know that I'm into financial right now, and this is where I'm going to lead you into making the best decisions that you can make for yourself and your family based on what's available in the market. Okay, all right. So
Awesome.
so last time we spoke about the different types. It's just like a short review about
Hello.
what we discussed about last time.
Nothing. I'm on the
It
live.
was just to
I
let
was
you
in the
know about,
bathroom and I
in
was with
general,
cousin
what a life
Stephanie.
insurance is. The first lecture, if I can
I was on
call
the
it
bus.
so, that I did
I
was
finished the
to tell
work
you
that I
about
was doing
what's
and then I was
available
heading
in
to
terms
the
of
office.
policies, the differences between term universal
I didn't text.
life
I didn't see a
insurance and the
text. I
whole
just
life
got the call.
insurance.
Or you said you were in
And
class.
that was during the second presentation. So we went through all of this.
You
The
called me
first
first.
presentation was mostly about the purpose of a life insurance so that you know exactly what it does for yourself and how you can take advantage of it. So now we are at the
I didn't
fourth
get that.
presentation. I think we followed up with the type of life
Okay, I didn't
insurances.
see it.
And now we're going
When I
to
got to
do
the
the
office,
fourth
by the
presentation,
time I got
which
here,
will
Stephanie
be
called
about how
me,
you can take
and then
advantage
I
of
came
these
upstairs to
policies and
show her
what's
the
out there,
location for the
what's
baby shower.
available, and also take you
You all
further,
right?
which will be our next presentation about how you can take advantage of retirement products that
I
are out
didn't
there,
see it.
and so you can prepare for your retirement. I love
I'll
to do
see
this
you hopefully
because
very soon.
whenever I walk into a Walmart
All right.
and
Peace out.
other places, and I see people that are beyond 65 that look like they are into their 70s, and they are working maybe
Hi.
part time. I don't know their schedule, but I think this is the age of retirement. They shouldn't be working, but there is a reason why they are working. And it's because they cannot make ends meet. So they need to bring more money into on their table in order to make sure that they can cover their bills and everything else and continue to live with decency and also have a good life for themselves and their families. So basically, that's why they are still out there because 75, 80, this is retirement age. So I've seen some, they look like they are 75 and up. I'm not quite sure because I never went up and asked them how old they were, but which would be very discurious on my part. But I look at them and this is the impression that I have that they are beyond retirement age. And basically, if they want to volunteer, I will encourage people because they want to stay away from Alzheimer and keep their mind busy and keep themselves active. This is a good thing if they want to do that. But I'm hoping that they are not forced to do it because of their financial needs at this age, at this point in time. But as we know, social security has a lot of issues,
Yeah.
and I think the previous president was even thinking about throwing it away altogether. But we're still trying to keep it. But what is happening? Social security is like a pool where the government is pulling money from many people that into the workforce in order to make sure when those folks retire, they can get something to help them continue to live because retirement is not the end of life. So that's why the government does that based on the amount of time that you spend in the workforce, the amount of money you are making, and your age of retirement. So you can be entitled to a certain portion of that money that is sitting there into the Social Security. So some of you probably receive letters with updates from Social Security sometimes that tells you ahead of time when you retire, maybe 5 years, 10 years, this is how much money you're going to get. But when you look at this is monthly payment. So if you have usually it's around 1,000 or $2,000 based on your income and your time of retirement. But what you would figure is that with inflation going up, now it's going to be harder and harder for people to live with the amount under consideration inflation. It was not built like that. So if you are due a certain amount of money, that's what you're going to receive, and you'll have to deal with it. And when inflation arises, then you might have find it more difficult for you to get goods for the amount of money that you're receiving, because you will see, for example, we say in financial, in economics, that uh, you can buy good because you have the money, but because of the price of good, so the demand can be high, but because supply is low, or maybe because inflation is so high that the cost of goods could be very high. Basically, just to translate this in simple words, when you go into the market right now, before COVID, what you would be able to purchase with $100, now it's far less. It could be coming with one bag instead of two bags before COVID. It's because inflation has increased. So with inflation, there is a whole lot of things that are increasing. Another thing also that works with inflation is the price of energy. So
Mm.
as you see now, price of the gas is high. Now the price of goods are also high because there's a transportation cost for logistics, bringing goods to your table or bringing goods to the supermarket. So it costs more because it uses more energy to do that now. So the price of everything is also increasing accordingly. So just for you to keep in mind, one of the things that I insisted saying before um, was that uh, your life is not a straight line. There are ups and downs, but your life it's also happening in phases, which means that when you are a girl or a baby, I mean, either girl or boy, you were playing with your toys. Somebody was feeding you, somebody was putting clothes on you, and then making sure that you have a ceiling on top of your head and all that. So, but you had no responsibilities until you start going to school. So now you had to bring good grades. That's one responsibility. Later on in life, then you grow up, you're getting married. Then you have your family, you have kids and a wife to take care of. So more responsibilities. And sometimes you even consider going back to when you were a kid because of those responsibilities. So, which means that every time there's a step. So when you get to maybe when you're around your 30s or early 30s or 40s, you can still work double shift. You can do a lot of overtime to cover your expenses and your bills and kids' tuition and stuff like that. But when you start getting close to 60, not really you can continue working double or triple. So at some point, you're going to find out that you can put less work because you don't have the same amount of energy. So at that time, that's when if you compare amount of work and income, you're going to see some decrease. You're going to see a big decrease because you can no longer work two shifts. So basically now Social Security could get in to bring you some extra, so to allow you to leave. That's when you're going to retire. So those phases financially you need to live through them accordingly, which means that when you had no responsibilities, so you were able to um, take from your parents and you were able to accumulate. That's when you started working two shifts. At some point, you need to, in reverse, make your money work for you. Because when you don't have that amount of energy, you can no longer work to double shift or overtime. Then this is the time when your money needs to be working for you. So that's a big shift, and a lot of people missed out on that. They FOMO if we were speaking cryptocurrency languages. They FOMO or they miss out on that phase in their lives. So that's why you see them in Walmart working because they're trying to make ends meet. So just to tell you how you can organize your life to move from building your legacy. That's when you're working and you accumulate. And then at some point to shift when you can no longer work so hard, then that at this time your money could be working for you and giving you
Hi, welcome.
interest and dividends towards your retirement. So that's the time of the big shift. All right. So, any questions so far? Because I'm going to be moving into a few other things that I didn't have a chance to tell you before regarding life insurance. Did you have a question, Anaya?
No, I think we're good to go. We can take it into the slideshow. We have people watching, saying thank you from Instagram. People are watching all over, so we can definitely jump right in into our slideshow presentation. And we have Mrs. Chantal Auguste who's here with us, and Idel Bisseret who's watching. So we have people watching from every which way. Shireen is watching. So go ahead, Dr. E, and take us into the next phase, and then hopefully our visitors and our ECI members will stick around so we can have a dialogue afterwards. So let's get through the slideshow, and then we could have a dialogue. And if anybody has any questions or concerns, please definitely write it in the message group, and I'll be sure to answer you. And Dr. E is going to take it over with the slideshow presentation, which we'll do hopefully rapidly, and then we can take those questions and concerns.